Ever wished you had like a whole team of people working on your business around the clock?
Yeah,
Just constantly cranking away,
all those tasks.
doing all the research, writing the content, maybe even doing some coding for your website.
That would be amazing.
Well, that's kind of what we're diving into today, AI tools for entrepreneurs.
AI is changing everything.
It's like giving your small business or your freelance hustle a serious upgrade.
It really is. It's not just like your basic virtual assistant anymore. We're
Yeah,
talking like
good word.
real
Being
partners,
more sophisticated.
pulling in real-time data, and even handling tasks that need some creativity.
Yeah, so it's like having a whole team of specialists, but without having to, actually pay a whole team of specialists.
Exactly. And there are so many tools out there.
There are a ton.
ChatGPT, Grok, Gemini, DeepSeek, Claude.
It's overwhelming.
It can be, but experts have been testing them all out, seeing how they measure up for entrepreneurs.
So are we going to crown one like the ultimate winner?
Not really. It's more about finding the right tool for the job, right?
Okay, makes sense. So different tools have different strengths.
Exactly. Like if you're trying to figure out what your customers really want, Grok is amazing.
Rope? Okay.
It's hooked into X, what used to be Twitter, so it can see what everyone's talking about in real time.
Wait, so it's like
Like a live feed,
reading the minds of your customers.
pretty much.
That's got to be so valuable for figuring out your marketing and all that.
Oh, absolutely.
Did the experts actually see that in action?
Oh, yeah. One expert was looking at the weight loss market and had Grok find customer pain points.
Pain points meaning like,
Those frustrations or things people wish they had.
okay, got it.
Grok came back with over 130 of them, super specific too, like all organized and ready to use.
Wow, over 130. That's amazing. Imagine knowing exactly what your customers are struggling with before you even create anything. That's incredibly powerful. So we talked about understanding your customers. What about actually creating stuff? Like blog posts, social media.
Content creation?
All that takes forever. Is AI helping with that?
Big time. A bunch of tools are doing well there, but Claude is really impressive. The writing quality is amazing. It's not just turning out generic stuff, it's creative. One expert even had it create a dragon illustration.
Wait, AI is designing dragons now.
And it was good. The expert called it insane.
Insane in a good way, I hope.
Oh, yeah, totally. Imagine that kind of visual power on your website or social media.
Definitely attention grabbing. If you're listening and your mind is blown, hit that like button and share this. We're just scratching the surface here.
Totally agree.
So we got visuals, we got writing. What about coding? I saw that some of these tools can write basic code now.
That's pretty wild.
Does that mean developers are out of a job?
Nah, AI isn't replacing developers anytime soon. Think of it as more of a helper.
So like taking care of the easy stuff.
Yeah, one expert had Claude code this interactive element for a website, like a little mascot that follows your cursor.
I can picture that.
Pretty cool, right?
That is pretty cool. But cool doesn't always mean practical. Let's talk about money, the actual cost.
Sure.
Some of these tools are free, others have subscriptions.
Right. How do you know if it's worth it?
That's a good question. How do you decide?
Well, I'd say start with the free versions. See if they can do what you need them to do.
Makes sense.
If you hit a wall and need more, then look at the paid options.
Okay.
Think about it. Do those extra features actually match your goals? Will they save you enough time or money to justify the cost?
That's like any business decision. Got to weigh the pros and cons. What about reliability, though?
That's a good one.
I mean, AI is changing so fast. How do you know the tool you choose today won't be obsolete tomorrow?
Right. That's a valid concern. Side tools are definitely more consistent than others.
Okay.
Like Gemini, it can be a bit unpredictable. The results can vary.
What?
While Grok and ChatGPT tend to be more reliable, at least for now.
So it sounds like we have all this amazing technology, but we're still kind of figuring things out.
Yeah, definitely. It's changing all the time.
So what does all this mean for someone actually running a business, a small business owner or a freelancer? How do we actually use these tools to make things easier and to make our businesses more successful?
The most important thing is to remember AI is a tool. It's not a replacement for you.
Right.
Always double check the info it gives you.
Okay.
Think critically. Don't just blindly trust everything it says.
So don't be lazy.
Exactly.
You still have to use your brain.
Think of it like having a really smart intern.
Okay.
They can do a lot, but you still need to guide them and make sure they're on the right track.
So how do we make sure this smart intern knows what we need?
You have to give clear instructions. Think about it like you're writing out a detailed project brief.
Oh, that's a good way to think about it.
Instead of just saying, write me some marketing copy, tell it, write a social media post announcing my new product, and focus on how it saves busy parents' time.
I see. The more details, the better. That's a great tip for everyone listening. What are some other ways entrepreneurs can use AI to just make their work flow better? We're talking about saving time here.
Definitely. Think about the things you do over and over, scheduling social media, answering emails, creating reports. AI can automate a lot of that.
So it frees up your time for the important stuff.
Exactly.
It's like having a virtual assistant working in the background, handling all those little things.
Exactly.
That could be a game changer for anyone who's juggling a million things in their business.
It really could. And as you start using AI for those everyday tasks, think about this. What if you could train an AI on your own business data, your insights, your customer interactions?
Now we're talking. So like, feeding it my customer feedback, my website, traffic, even my brand voice. What would that even do?
It'd be like having an AI that knows your business inside and out. It becomes a secret weapon, a competitive edge. Let's say you're trying to figure out why people abandon their carts before checkout.
That's a big one for a lot of businesses.
It is. A personalized AI trained on your data could look at all those patterns and tell you exactly where things are going wrong.
That's incredible. It'd be like having a custom-built consultant.
Exactly.
But without the huge consulting fees.
Way more affordable than hiring a data science team.
So what else could you do with this personalized AI?
Think about hyper-targeted marketing.
Oh, yeah.
It could create campaigns that speak directly to each customer based on their past behavior and their preferences.
So it's like
totally personal.
no more generic mass email.
Exactly. Plus, it could even help you predict future trends based on your data.
So you're always one step ahead.
Exactly. That's the power of personalized AI.
We've been diving deep into all these AI tools, and it's amazing. But I got to be honest, I'm still a little fuzzy on how it all works. What's the magic behind it?
Well, it all boils down to something called machine learn.
I've heard that term, but
It's kind of like this. Think about teaching a kid about fruit.
I'm with you.
You show them a picture of an apple and say apple, then a banana and say banana.
Right.
And you do that with a bunch of different fruits. The more pictures they see, the better they get at recognizing each fruit on their own.
I see. So we're basically feeding these AI systems a ton of data, text, code, images.
Huge amounts of data.
And they're learning to see patterns and make connections.
Exactly. It's like building a giant knowledge base. And for these AI tools, the data sets are massive, way more than any human could process.
That makes sense. So the more data we feed them, the smarter they get. That's both exciting and kind of scary. But hold on, we've all heard stories about AI messing up.
Oh, yeah, the hallucinations.
Yeah, where they make stuff up. How do we know what to trust?
That's a really important point. AI isn't perfect.
Yeah.
It can make mistakes, it can misinterpret things, and sometimes it just flat out fabricates stuff.
So it's not like this magical solution that always gets it right.
Definitely not. It's like any new technology, we're still learning the best ways to use it safely and responsibly.
So we can't just accept everything it tells us at face value.
No way.
We still have to use our own judgment, do our own research, be a little skeptical.
Absolutely. It's like having a super powerful calculator.
Okay.
It can crunch numbers for you, but you still need to understand the math to know if the results make sense.
Right. You got to make sure it's not giving you some crazy answer. So one of the most important skills in the age of AI is knowing how to tell fact from fiction.
Couldn't agree more.
Don't be afraid to ask questions, dig a little deeper, double-check the information you're getting from these tools.
That's great advice. And, even with these things to keep in mind, the potential benefits for entrepreneurs are huge.
Yeah, for sure.
Being able to automate tasks, to get insights from data and create content super fast, it's a game changer. And hey, if you're enjoying this deep dive, don't forget to hit subscribe and share this episode with your network.
It's like having a superpower, but with any superpower.
You got to use it wisely.
Exactly. So what are some challenges entrepreneurs should keep in mind?
Well, one thing is that AI is always learning and evolving. What works today might not work as well tomorrow.
Okay, so we got to stay flexible.
You got to stay informed and be willing to adapt as the tech changes.
It's a fast-moving world.
It really is.
Any other advice for entrepreneurs who are ready to jump into AI?
I'd say be open to experimenting, try different tools, see what works for you.
That makes sense.
Don't be afraid to just dive in and start playing around with it. The more you use it, the more comfortable you'll become.
Experiment, have fun with it. It's all about finding new possibilities and seeing how AI can help us create the businesses of our dreams. But before we get carried away with the tech,
we can't forget about the human side of things.
right? All those human skills.
We can't forget about those. Critical thinking, creativity, emotional intelligence.
Those are the things that make us human.
And they're going to become even more important in the age of AI.
So how do we balance using these powerful tools with our own human abilities?
It's all about finding the right synergy. Let AI handle the stuff machines are good at. The repetitive tasks, the data crunching. That frees you up to focus on what humans do best. Building relationships, coming up with new ideas, and giving customers that personal touch.
It's like a partnership.
Exactly.
Each side doing what it does best.
AI doing the heavy lifting, humans bringing the strategy, the empathy, the big picture vision.
So it's not about humans versus AI.
Right.
It's about humans with AI.
And when you embrace that collaboration,
that's when the magic happens.
You unlock a whole new level of potential for your business and for yourself.
It really is mind-blowing to think about how far AI has come and to imagine what's next.
It's incredible.
It feels like we're just scratching the surface.
I think that's a great way to put it.
What's so fascinating is that it's not just about the technology itself.
Right.
It's how we choose to use it.
It really is. The same AI that writes a catchy jingle for your product could also be analyzing data to help find cures for diseases.
It's a powerful tool.
Extremely.
It could be used for so many things.
Both good and bad.
So it really comes down to human choices
Our values.
and what we decide to focus on.
Exactly. And that's a big question for all of us entrepreneurs, you know?
Yeah.
How do we make sure we're using AI in a way that aligns with our values, a way that makes a positive impact on the world?
That's a great point. It's easy to get caught up in the hype of new tech, but we have to step back and ask ourselves.
The tough questions.
Yeah, are we using AI to create something meaningful, something that solves problems, makes people's lives better?
If the answer is no.
Then what are we doing?
Exactly. And it goes beyond just the final product.
Oh, interesting.
We should think about how AI is being used in every part of our business.
So like,
Hiring, marketing, customer service, product development,
okay, yeah,
all of it.
we need to be mindful of the impact.
At every step, are we using AI fairly, transparently? Are we respecting people's privacy and their data?
These are big questions.
Huge. And AI ethics isn't a one-time thing.
Right.
It's constantly evolving. We need to stay informed about the best practices, the guidelines, all that.
So it's like a continuous learning process.
Exactly.
Not just for the AI, but for us as entrepreneurs too.
Couldn't agree more. We have to adapt, challenge our assumptions, make adjustments when we need to.
Yeah, be willing to change. And that's where the human element is so important, right?
It is. We need to sharpen our critical thinking skills, our ability to tell what's true and what's not, and to use good judgment ethically.
All those things that make us human.
Those qualities are going to be more valuable than ever as AI keeps growing.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into AI for entrepreneurs, what's the one thing you really want listeners to take away from this?
I'd say embrace the power of AI, but don't forget the human element. Use these tools to make yourself stronger, to streamline your work, and to create something amazing. But at the end of the day, you're in charge.
We're the ones making the decisions.
Exactly. You set the course. You decide what kind of impact you want to make.
That's a great reminder. If you're listening and this deep dive has sparked your curiosity, keep exploring.
There's so much out there.
The world of AI is moving fast.
That's for sure.
But there are tons of resources to help you stay informed and get the most out of these tools.
Absolutely.
And if you found this deep dive valuable, please share it. Spread the knowledge. Let's all learn and grow together.
The more the merrier.
Exactly. Until next time, keep innovating.